My name is Sarah, and this is my story. I've been working as a delivery driver for about a month now. It's not a bad job, decent tips, easy hours, and I get to drive around listening to music. Nothing crazy ever happens. At least, that's what I used to think. That changed one night. It was a little past 11:30 p.m. when I got an order for 2 large pizzas. Pretty normal, except for the address. It wasn't a house or even an apartment. It was some old, abandoned factory on the outskirts of town. The kind of place that looks like it should have been torn down years ago. I pulled into the lot, and right away, something felt off. There were a few cars parked near the entrance, all black, all expensive looking. A single streetlight flickered overhead, barely lighting up the cracked pavement. I sat there for a second, debating if I should just turn around and leave. But money's money, and I figured maybe it was some guys working late or squatting inside. So I grabbed the pizzas, took a deep breath, and walked up to the door. That's when I heard voices, low, serious. And then a muffled noise like someone groaning in pain. The door was slightly open, and my curiosity got the best of me. I peeked inside. I wish I never did. There were 5 or 6 men standing in a circle, all of them in dark suits. And in the middle of them, on his knees, was a man with his hands tied behind his back. His suit was disheveled, his face swollen and bloodied. One of the men gripped a metal pipe. I could tell right away I had just walked into something I wasn't supposed to see. Before I could even think about backing away, one of the men, a tall guy in a black trench coat, noticed me.
"You the pizza girl?"
His voice eerily calm. I couldn't speak, I just nodded. Another man chuckled. The guy with the pipe sighed, rubbing his forehead like I had just given him a headache. The tall man stepped forward, took the pizzas, and stuffed a wad of cash into my hand. He leaned in close, so close I could smell his cologne. "You didn't see anything here, right?" I shook my head so fast my neck almost snapped. "No, nothing. Just dropping off the food." I turned and walked out as fast as I could without straight up running. My hands were shaking so bad I could barely get my keys out. I jumped into my car, started it up, and pulled out of there like my life depended on it. Because maybe it did. As I merged onto the road, I kept checking my rearview mirror, and that's when I saw it. A black sedan pulled out of the lot behind me. At first, I told myself I was being paranoid. Maybe it was just a coincidence. Then I turned onto a different road, it followed. I switched lanes, it did too. I made a random right turn. Still there, that's when I knew they were following me. My heart was pounding. I wasn't sure what to do. Call the police? Pull over? No, that was stupid. The last thing I wanted was to stop. So I kept driving. 20 minutes. That's how long they followed me. Every turn I made, every street I took, they stayed right behind me. I was trying not to cry, trying not to panic. I thought about driving to the police station, but what if that just made things worse? What if they pulled up next to me and forced me off the road before I even got there? And then, just like that, it was over. I turned down another street, and instead of following me, the car slowed down and took a right turn. They were gone. I didn't stop driving for a long time. I just kept going, making sure they weren't still around. When I finally pulled into a gas station, I sat there, hands gripping the wheel, trying to breathe. I don't know if they were just messing with me, or if that was their way of making sure I kept my mouth shut. But I'll tell you one thing, I never ever took another delivery near that part of town again. And I quit that job not long after. Because I don't know what I walked into that night. And I never want to find out.